We're on. We're on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 minutes here. We will be hugging in a second so we can talk even more. Okay, so to start off and open up our service, I'm going to read the statement of intent. We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where we can worship the God of our own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in this celebration of life, to nourish your spirit, and to enjoy the company of kindred souls. And speaking of kindred souls, let us greet each other with highs, hellos, hugs, how are yous? If you want to remain socially distanced, sit down and give us an elbow or whatever. Oh yes, let us sing our opening song.
All right. Woohoo.
All right, we're going to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. I think it's what, number 3 in the songbook, and if you need that, otherwise it's on the white cards in front of you. So, let there be peace. right, a quick invocation, and then we're going to sing another song, okay? So, thank you, Mother, Father, God, for bringing us all together. As we come together, we open our hearts in gratitude for the space, for the opportunity for friendship, and our connection to Spirit. And with this, we say thank you. Thank you. Yes. And our first song today
The first song is number 280 in the Wings hymnal. Number 280.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King.
Let every heart prepare him room, and let nature sing, and let nature sing. And let nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Their songs implore of fields and floods, fields and plains. All right.
Okay. All right. So we have some beautiful, lovely hymns we're singing today, and we have Carolyn who's going to be giving us a lovely meditation. Did you want to do the meditation now?
I could. But then are we gonna channel after the meditation?
Oh, yes.
No, we have to do what you're doing. Aren't we doing a second song?
Are we? Do
Yes.
you want to do a second song?
Yes.
All right. Let's do another song now.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do number 279.
That's right there.
Oh, good.
We all know these songs. Angels we have heard on high,
sweetly singing o'er the plains,
and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Glory in excelsis Deo, in excelsis Deo. Shepherds by his jubilee, choirs joyous strains along, sing what may the tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song. Gloria in excelsis Deo, gloria in excelsis Deo. To Bethlehem we see, Him who's born the angels sing. Now the Lord on Galilee, Christ the born of Gloria in
meditation.
and then I'll do the chant.
All right. Now, welcome everybody. We're going to have our healing meditation going deep, deep into our hearts. Already let your eyes be closing. This is to connect and embrace our ancestors who want to be here with us, our ancestors. Now, some of us know our ancestors and some of us don't. And that's okay, because it's all energy, it's all spirit. And we are blessed by their heritage. We stand on their shoulders. We carry their great strengths, and we also carry some of their wounds. And this is a time for Earth to be healing all the wounds, intergenerationally, back and back. Feel your ancestors in whatever way comes to you, in your heart, in your mind, sitting with you at a great gathering. My ancestors on one side of my family gathered in their white shirts and ties for the men. They were all farmers, and on Sundays they did not work. And they gathered at one of the homes of the extended family, and all day they wore their white shirts. And I don't know about their ties. And they had community together. It was a very German heritage from the 1840s, deep in Missouri, rich farmland. You may know some of yours. I know less about my other side, but they were strong leaders, feisty, rode horses, tiny town in Illinois. Bring them in. There are some babies, there's some children. They're all threaded into us in our DNA. And we are here in these bodies with these names in this place on Lake Superior in this lifetime right now. And they all know how precious our lifetime is to be part of this evolutionary, I don't want to say leap, this evolutionary lift that Gaia, our planet, is making. And all of us here embodied have the opportunity to hold love, to assist, yes, our planet, and yes, our universe, and yes, each other, and very much our ancestors. More than any other lifetime, this one is embraced with spiritual power. Feel it in wherever you do in your body, the poignancy, the joy, the gratitude, the opportunity, the humbling nature for us to be able to be the ones here on the earth in bodies. We're called the strongest of the strong for our capacity to hold the love and to be part of the lift from third to fifth dimensions. And our ancestors ride with us in our hearts, supporting us, loving us, helping us, understanding us, and also receiving the healing potential of these times too, as we carry it back through the humanity's DNA to be the ones that are here to find each other as humanity, to rebuild our earth with love. It's so precious. Bring them with you. in your own way, whatever your guidance is. This is a holy season where the Christ consciousness had the opportunity that was chosen and designed to bring Christ consciousness to vivid human form on earth, to show us what the level of great love could be and do and shine. We carry all that. Blessed be all of you. Blessed be us in this little sturdy little church that is our gathering point, and way bigger than our gathering point. It is some kind of a great cornerstone of spirituality in this part of the world. Much love. Come back as you're ready. We're going to move into another beautiful part now of our Christmas program. Namaste to all your relatives, all your ancestors in your heart. Honor them, thank them, and then we're here together again.
We will command that only the most divine light shine down upon you at this time, and the greatest good be present here. We cannot describe the level of joy that we are experiencing even as you sit in this sturdy little church. And we are so honored to be welcomed to your circle, and we, of course, welcome you to ours. And all of your ancestors are indeed here, and this is a formidable gathering this morning. And we have a simple messages that we hope will inspire you and unite you into a clear vision going forward into 2023. And we want to remind you of a few things before we start talking about that. Let's look backwards. Let's look at your history and what you're rooted in and what you're grounded in. And we're not even going to say you, because we have been here all along as well. We have been here in the form of your relatives. We have been here preparing the way for this very day. Can you believe it? All of those years that you have stood here steadfastly together in love, never wavering. Never have you wavered in love. It doesn't mean you haven't had suffering and conflict, but you have always been purely grounded in love. And what that means is that each individual who is a member of this community shares this same high frequency of community love. Yes, there's individual love, there's self-love where it all begins, where it all starts, and we'll talk about that. But right now we're talking about the community love. And why this is so important right now, today, is because you are living in a world who has been torn apart. Communities, states, countries, nations, the world has been torn apart. And that's no accident. This is the deconstruction of the old world that wasn't grounded in compassion, that was born out of fear. And when Jesus came at the time that he did, he knew he was planting those seeds for today, for this time in the world, because the world has never been this torn apart. And that, dear friends, is the good news, because you are dismantling the old system piece by piece. And what's going to keep all of you together is, first of all, knowing that the love that you have within you cannot be diminished by anything outside you, ever. That's the good news. This love that each individual of you bring to the community love has created a synergy. And there's a kind of an innocence about this foundation that you have through all that you've been through, through the decades that you've been through, and especially through the past 3 years, 2 years. Your love cannot be diminished by anything outside you. And we are here this morning to not only thank you for your service to humanity, not only tell you that we have been here with you the whole time, helping, loving, praying, singing, preparing. You may not see us, but you certainly can feel us. Because today is an auspicious occasion where you are turned forward in a new configuration. And it's not that it's new to you. It's what you're grounded in, is this love and individual self-love. But the world is going to need what you have. The world needs to understand how to create community in this way, grounded in compassion, grounded in love. And that's what every human on the planet who has come here right now is setting about to do. And please don't be fooled by seeing people who may suffer through these changes. People may lose their lives. People may be homeless, hungry. There's all kinds of situations like that in the physical world today. But for you here, you are the light. You are the light that shines away for those people, because you here in this community are not hungry. You are not homeless. You are not without community. You are blessed richly beyond measure, and you know it. And there's something so important about taking all of this energy that is so unique and beautiful and open the doors and shine it out into the world. And we're not suggesting that you go preaching on the street corner, but you have a community here that has many, many different kinds of needs. And one of the beautiful parts about the structure of your organization and your family and your community is that you are open to absolutely everything. You have worked so hard to keep the dogma out and weave in the porous, pliable, shifting nature of the intuitive divine feminine. And that means that you don't adhere to anything other than the broadest spectrum of acceptance and love for every human being on the planet, regardless of what faith they practice, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of their economic levels, regardless of any of that. You have this abundance and richness that next year you're going to be bringing out and sharing with the community. And oh, the difference that you are going to make. Sitting here today, we'll come back to you in a year. Let's check in, shall we? Next Christmas. Let's check in and see how much of what we are helping you to launch and to regenerate comes into being. Because you're going to have opportunities. You're going to find that you're going to begin right at the beginning of the year, creating opportunities to share this abundance that's needed, to bring your community out into the bigger community and let people be gravitated to come here, drawn here, because they see the authenticity of who you are. They understand that this feeling in here does not lie. This feeling in here is what guides you. And so as we look into next year, we want to just give you some advice, if we can. Um, First of all, you're doing a great job already. Secondly, you're only going to build on that great job. Now, that's a lot different than having an organization kind of like the world is, that you have to tear down in order to rebuild because it's so shoddy. It's built on the importance being money. It's built on the importance of structures of power. It's built upon expansion of capitalism. It's built upon depleting the resources of our dear Mother Earth. That can't happen. It can't happen. But we don't want you to go right at that arena of the conflict. Because if you went into that arena to try to change it there, it would suck you in, as you see so often by perhaps when you look at people perhaps who run for office, good people who run for office, and they get into that structure and it zaps them because it's not built upon compassion. It's built upon greed. And anybody who goes into that system will be usurped by that structure that surrounds them. And that's why our plan, and we think it's pretty smart, and you do too, is that we go out in the world and we work one person at a time. We work a group, a community group at a time. And we don't work on addressing the conflicts in the same arena in which they were created. We work on the human soul feeding level. Because when you begin to feed the souls of those people who are in need of what you have, they begin to fill up. You're not giving them money. You might. You're not giving them food. You will. But what you're giving them is their own self-love. And that self-love is what will change this whole system, one person at a time, as you ignite that love into their very souls. And they're going to be brought here, and there'll be children, and there'll be elders, and there'll be outreach, and there'll be a synergy of a group in your community outside this. And you're going to find other little groups who have this same kind of commitment and the same kind of connection to a loving community. And from there, the creativity begins to flow, and you begin to find new ways to facilitate this change that's going on in this world. And this is such an exciting time for all of you. This is what you were made to do. All the lives that you've lived, and all the ancestors too who have been through lives have done it. So to come here today, you're going to be those evolutionary creatures that are going to take humanity into the new earth, into birthing this new humanity through yourselves. Having that new person that's you. It's you can think of it like a baby, but it's going to be you here just as you are. Inside, you'll be a child again, child of God, loving child of God. And that will be shining out. No matter how old you are, how young you are, you're birthing the new humanity. And here in this particular portal, it's a powerful place you have. And we want you always to remember that. And do not let your numbers fool you. Because synergy, which is the two people coming together to create an effect that is bigger than the individuals could make, where two or more are gathered. But you have more than that. You have so much synergy here that anybody can be in this small circle and get a spark of a creative idea and come to this center of love to say, hey, let's do this for our mission, or let's do that. And people will get excited, and the excitement will build, and you're going to find this growth happening. And so as you move forward with this, remember always that it's the baby steps. It's always the baby steps that are important. And especially for those of you, and many of you in this church are visionaries. It's just not Barbara who speaks us. Many of you have been working with us, can reach us. But what's most important is your connection to your self-love, to your compassion. And it starts with how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, the decisions that you make to make your needs fulfilled, to create those resources, to self-love. And the good news is too that we are going to be here with you every step of the way, teaching and training and inspiring and singing and moving you forward. And anytime you need any assistance, you please reach out and ask, and we will make ourselves available for you if that's what you need. But we think you here with your bodies, you are the chosen ones. You are the ones who have it going on. We're here to be your support system and to hold that space of compassion as the fifth fundamental force of the universe. It is the intelligence that impels all the other forces to create this beautiful universe that you're experiencing one step at a time. It's the intelligence, and it's all within you. So, with all of that good news said, does anyone have any questions that you would like to ask of us pertaining to this glorious effort and partnership that we are proceeding forward with? Who do you say your name is? This is a collective voice of many, many, many circles. And it's more a condition. It's an open portal that many can come. So there are, with Barbara, she has Albert Einstein and the party. There are angelic forces here. There are your ancestors and your relatives. There are anyone who has been associated with this community who has stepped out of their body into the afterlife. It's a big portal. And today, it is, in fact, a collective voice of your pastor, your old leader here, returning to help. And it's such a miracle. Can you imagine my joy when stepping into Barbara's body to be able to speak again in this place? Thank you. Thank you. And all. We hear you. We thank you. We're glad you're with us. There's no place I would rather be. Namaste. I'm shaking.
I think we all are.
Oh, my dears, thank you for being here together. And we're going to have some readings. We're going to have some songs. And for these readings, dears, I want you to consider listening as a meditation. Your board members, we're all taking part in this today, except one who's out of town, Lisa. We want to bring you our love, and we want to bring you the love that Thich Nhat Hanh brought to our planet for his lifetime. And I have drawn readings from his book, and all the board members that aren't already up here are going to read you. And listen with your eyes closed, if you will, and take them in. They're going to read slowly, and we're going to breathe. And we'll sing some more songs too, but that's who we are. And should we bring this in right now? Sure. This is the new place for our prayer bowl. So we can all, even now, close our eyes a moment and bless, all in that prayer bowl, all in our hearts, for all the ones, the plant beings, the mineral beings, the weather beings, the human beings, all of us, we bless and hold in love. Namaste to all of that. And so we will begin with our first reading, which I can't remember who you are, but you know who you are. It would be, yep. Yes, yes.
Good morning. This is called Tangerine Meditation. I'll try, but I'm trying to be slow, and when I slow, I soften my voice, so
Just get
I'll
closer
try
to
to
the
do
mic.
both. Okay. If I offer you a freshly picked tangerine to enjoy, I think the degree to which you enjoy it will depend on your mindfulness. If you are free of worries and anxiety, you will enjoy it more. If you are possessed by anger or fear, the tangerine may not be very real to you. One day, I offered a number of children a basket filled with tangerines. The basket was passed around, and each child took one tangerine and put it in their palm. We each looked at the tangerine, and the children were invited to meditate on its origins. They saw not only their tangerine, but also its mother, the tangerine tree. With some guidance, they began to visualize the blossoms in the sunshine and in the rain. Then they saw petals falling down and the tiny green fruit appear. The sunshine and the rain continued, and that tiny tangerine grew. Now, someone has picked it, and the tangerine is here. After seeing all this, each child was invited to peel the tangerine slowly, noticing the mist and the fragrance of the tangerine. Then bring it up to your mouth and have a mindful bite in full awareness of the texture and the taste of the fruit and the juice coming out. We ate slowly like that. Each time you look at a tangerine, you can see deeply into it. You can see everything in the universe in one tangerine. When you peel it and smell it, it's wonderful. You can take your time eating a tangerine and be very happy.
Let's turn to 270 in the Wings of Songbook. One more verse, just one more. Timing wise.
Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the sun of redeeming grace.
Jesus, let thy
Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
So I am reading Watering the Lettuce. Okay. When you plant lettuce, if it does not grow well, you don't blame the lettuce. You look into the reasons it is not doing well. It may need fertilizer or more water or less sun. You never blame the lettuce. Yet, if we have problems with our friends or our family, we blame the other person. But if we know how to take care of them, they will grow well, like lettuce. Blaming has no positive effect at all, nor does trying to persuade using reason and arguments. That is my experience. No blame, no reasoning, no argument, just understanding. If you understand and you show that you understand, you can love and the situation will change. One day in Paris, I gave a lecture about not blaming the lettuce. After the talk, I was doing walking meditation by myself, and when I turned the corner of a building, I overheard an 8-year-old girl telling her mother, "Mommy, remember to water me. I am your lettuce." I was so pleased that she had understood my point completely. Then I heard her mother reply, "Yes, my daughter, and I am your lettuce also. So please don't forget to water me too." Mother and daughter practicing together. It was very beautiful.
Okay. All right, so let's sing a verse, one verse probably, right? Of 272. It came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old. We were angels bending near the earth, that touched their harps of gold. He sung the earth goodwill to men, and heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing.
Good morning. Is this good enough? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I have a reading that is, well, are these all Thich Nhat Hanh? Is that okay? Cookie of childhood. Thank you, Steve. When I was 4 years old, my mother used to bring me a cookie every time she came home from the market. I always went to the front yard and took my time eating it, sometimes half an hour or 40 minutes for one cookie. I would take a small bite and look up at the sky. Then I would touch the dog with my feet and take another small bite. I just enjoyed being there with the sky, the earth, the bamboo, thickets, the cat, the dog, the flowers. I was able to do that because I did not have much to worry about. I did not think of the future. I did not regret the past. I was entirely in the present moment with my cookie, the dog, the bamboo thickets, the cat, and everything. It is possible to eat our meals as slowly and joyfully as I ate the cookie of my childhood. Maybe you have the impression that you have lost the cookie of your childhood, but I am sure it is still there somewhere in your heart. Everything is still there, and if you really want it, you can find it. Eating mindfully is a most important practice of meditation. We can eat in a way that we restore the cookie of our childhood. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. This is a good practice, one I may aspire to.
We have time for another song?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna make time.
Okay. Yeah, I could,
Well, we're
yeah.
gonna- It's
Okay.
Christmas.
Okay, so let's go to hymn number 273. And oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in this dark street shineth the everlasting light. Our hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Thank you.
Take a deep breath. My reading for today is washing dishes. To my mind, the idea that doing the dishes is unpleasant. It can occur when you aren't doing them. Once you are standing in front of the sink, your sleeves rolled up, your hands in the warm water, it is really quite pleasant. I enjoy taking my time with each dish, being fully aware of the dish, the water, and each movement of my hands. I know that if I hurry in order to eat dessert and to eat it sooner, the time of washing dishes will be unpleasant and not worth living. That would be a pity, for each minute, each second of life is a miracle. The dishes themselves and the fact that I am here washing them are miracles. I am incapable of washing dishes joyfully if I want to finish them quickly so I can go and have dessert. I will be equally incapable of enjoying my dessert. With that fork in my hand, I will be thinking about what to do next. And the texture and the flavor of the dessert, together with the pleasant pleasure of eating it, will be lost. I always will be dragging into the future, never able to live in the present moment. Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred. In this light, no boundary exists between the sacred and the profane. I must confess, it takes me a bit longer to do the dishes, but I live fully in every moment and I am happy. Washing the dishes is at the same time a means to an end. Not only do the dishes in order have to be clean dishes, we also have to do the dishes just to do the dishes, to live fully in each moment while washing them.
Let's turn to 286. Did we do this already? I can't remember. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Another one? Another verse? All right. Okay, sing choirs of angels, sing in exaltation, sing all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Sitting anywhere. When you need to slow down and come back to yourself, you do not need to rush home to your meditation cushion or to a meditation center in order to practice conscious breathing. You can breathe anywhere, just sitting on your chair, at the office, or sitting in your car. Even if you're at a shopping center filled with people or waiting in line at a bank. If you begin to feel depleted and need to return to yourself, you can practice conscious breathing and smiling just standing there. Wherever you are, you can breathe mindfully. We all need to go back to ourselves from time to time in order to be able to confront the difficulties of life. We can do this in any position, standing, sitting, lying down, or walking. if you can sit down, however, the sitting position is the most stable. One time, I was waiting for a plane that was 4 hours late at Kennedy Airport in New York, and I enjoyed sitting cross-legged right in the waiting area. I just rolled up my sweater and used it as a cushion, and I sat. People looked at me curiously, but after a while, they ignored me, and I sat in peace. There was no place to rest. The airport was full of people, so I just made myself comfortable where I was. You may not want to meditate so conspicuously, but breathing mindfully in any position, at any time, can help you recover yourself.
All right, one more song? Okay. 274. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Carol, can I have you take Barb's place at the seat for a moment? And let us all, while we're standing, pull out our wallets and do a little obligation to the church. Do our offering time. Just play a little music for me there, dear. And I can't think of any more fitting blessing over the offering than that song. So I will leave it at that. So, yes. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you for singing socially songs. Thank you so much for leading us in those lovely songs and that wonderful, wonderful channeling of the elders and all. So at this point, we need a circle. We need a, what do we want to say? Whoops. Oh, yes. The church affirmation. We'll do the quick one first. Joyful teamwork is our way. Listening kindly is our path. We are in renewal together and are grateful. We're going to do that too. So the church affirmation on the white card is, we totally accept the belief that God is in charge,
of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. We know that as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. And don't forget, we have a lovely spread downstairs, so please join us for our potluck and prayer. Oh, it's right over there. The benediction. Yes, yes. Well, what do you want? Oh, the money's down there, sorry.
Down there.
Yes, but who wants to say a benediction? Say a final prayer for us. Yes. There we go. All right.
Okay, we're here. Yes.
Our circle song.
We're all set, Carol.